Join me for a cycle around the famous Stanley Park in Vancouver. We started in Denman Street and cycled right around the park, eventually finishing up on English Bay Beach. If you don't fancy cycling the park, you can take a horse-drawn tour, lasts roughly an hour, costs roughly $80. One of the first stops we made was at the most visited attraction in all of Vancouver, the famous totem poles. The collection of totem poles first started in the 1920s, and some of the poles date back to the 1880s. Something very different, very unusual, and really quite interesting. As you continue, you do get some amazing views across Vancouver harbour. Back to Canada Place, you can see the cruise ships, lots of seaplanes coming and going. Quite soon you also get your first glimpse of another famous landmark, the Lionsgate Bridge. There are several statues within the park, and here you can see one of them, the girl in the wetsuit. Coming from the UK, we're not used to seeing the seaplanes, and there are certainly a few of them in Vancouver harbour. The initial stage of the journey around the park, there was a roadway next to the cycle path and footpath. However, quite quickly, as you can see here, the roadway disappears and then it's just a cycle path and a pedestrian footpath. It was a lovely day when we visited the park, so you can see there's a few people going around, but all in all, the cyclists stuck to the cycle path, pedestrians stuck to the footpath, so never had any issues navigating our way around the park. I mentioned the famous Lionsgate Bridge earlier. Here you can see we're about to cycle just directly underneath it. It's quite an impressive bridge to drive over, but this certainly gives you a view from a different perspective. If you want to stop along the way, there's a couple of different beach areas where you can stop, you can relax, and just take in the scenery, enjoy the view. And eventually, as I mentioned, we ended up at English Bay Beach on the opposite side of Stanley Park. We hired our bikes from Joe e-bike hire on Denman Street. We hired one e-bike and one standard bike. Prices were competitive and the hiring process was really straightforward, so we can highly recommend them, and I'll leave a link in the description below. I do hope you enjoyed this short video. If you did, please consider a like and also subscribing to my channel. Thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you on the next one.